That brings me to my point number 3 of why 2021 is the best year to become a wedding videographer. And it's kind of due to the circumstances of what's going on. And that's, it's never been a better time to be a creative in wedding videography. And I bring that up because you have so many people doing very different types of weddings nowadays. Instead of just doing your traditional, like, get ready, first look, ceremony, cocktail hour, get some details in between, go into the reception. You have this total wide open world of, like, we did a wedding last year, we shot it together, where they're like, hey, we're gonna do getting ready, and then we're gonna do our ceremony, and then we're gonna do a trolley ride around Boston where we stop at our church to see church people. There's gonna be like 40 church people there. We're gonna stop at a big open field overlooking Boston where all of our like friends will be. And then we're gonna stop by the place where my fiance proposed, the Coolidge Theater. We're gonna do some cool shooting. And it was just this crazy experience, right? And so you, as a new filmmaker, my argument would be, you can do stuff that you normally couldn't do. You can be more creative. It's actually more fun than ever to be a wedding videographer and introduce these new ideas, right?
If you're new to listening to Jared and Jason, you never listened to the Wedding Pro show, first of all, go back and listen. I think there's some good content. But second of all, one of the things you'll know about us is that we don't really care so much about this idea of like, oh, actually, I will say we really disagree with this idea that wedding films are some stepping stone career. Like it's not a real career. You're not a real creative. You're not a real filmmaker if you're making wedding films. I think that's garbage. I think a lot of wedding filmmakers make tons more money than all these people who are doing other stuff. So like, if you're into, money and owning your own business, great. If you like to go slave away on sets, which is also great, and there's a lot of people doing that, go do that. But like, it's not some end-all be-all to get out of weddings. Yeah. And I think for us, when we look at like this idea of like, what does it mean to be a professional wedding filmmaker? A lot of it's like, well, what kind of stories can I tell? Can I be creative? Is there a market for my vision? And I think that's maybe why people wanted to get out before, is like maybe they're thinking like, well, nobody will pay me to do the thing I want to do. And I think what you're really hitting at is more like, there is a market for most any type of wedding film. Now, some are easier than others. So if you really are committed to an artistic vision, you have to maybe work a little harder, be a little smarter. But at the end of the day, like the idea of what does it mean to be married, and what does a marriage look like, and what does a wedding celebration look like, even with after COVID, even more so. Okay, is it destination? Is it small? Is it big? Is it luxurious? Is it intimate? Is it like, you have so many different types of stories you can tell as a wedding filmmaker, and that's even greater now than it was 10 years ago. I'ma get right in my bag. Why you gonna try to get mad? Everybody wanna keep up. Don't you know I move too fast? I'ma zip right past. Drip all on my swag.